Assalamu alaikum, greetings. Ahlan, thank you so much for joining. Today is Transaction Tuesday, and we are going to be talking about financial literacy, inshallah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, assalatu wassalamu ala rasulullah. I wish there was a way I could show you on my screen, but I'm going live on more than one app. So you're just going to have to bear with me, inshallah. So firstly, knowledge precedes speech and actions. I think we all will agree on that. And that education is elevation. So today we're going to be talking about financial literacy, Transaction Tuesday. What transaction will you be making today? Hopefully, it will be one to join the opportunity that I'm going to be presenting to you, inshallah. Okay. So, some of you may think you know what financial literacy is, and others of you who don't, you will learn now, inshallah. So, financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, including management. And when you are financially literate, you have the foundation of a relationship with money. And it is a lifelong journey of learning. I've had to find that out for myself. Why? Because this information that I'm going to be sharing with you, that we're going to be talking about today, was not taught in school, not in uh, elementary, middle, high school, or even college. Okay, and there's a reason for that. And since I have some of you all joining me, do you all know why we weren't taught this in school? Why we weren't taught real financial literacy? If you find that what you did learn in school, have you been able to utilize those things since you have graduated high school or college? Yes or no? Anyone? I'm sorry. I'm I need to be able to get through my presentation, so I will not be accepting anyone to come on with me. So I do apologize, but that's something that has to be pre-planned. I have to know who you are and be comfortable and see if we're a good match. So I do apologize, but anyway, moving on. So I'm pretty sure some of you all that are watching will agree that you did not learn true financial literacy while you were in school, because what you learned in school is not what you've been using since school. Okay, so um, the earlier that we start this journey, the better off we'll be, because education is the key to success when it comes to money. Alrighty, and given the importance of finance in a modern society, lacking financial literacy can be very damaging to an individual's long as well as short term financial success. Look at all of those who have gone on to college, who, if they didn't get a scholarship and they took out loans, many of us were in debt. And if we didn't get the proper understanding with regards to credit cards, this is another thing that has caused us to be in debt. I would assume you all would agree with that. Okay. So, being financially literate can lead to a number of pitfalls, such as being more likely to accumulate unsustainable debt burdens that we just talked about, either through poor spending decisions or the lack of long as well as short term preparation. This, in turn, can lead to housing foreclosures and other negative consequences. Thankfully, there are now more resources than ever for those wishing to educate themselves about the world of finance. And OBG is exactly what you need. And you'll learn just who or what OBG is, for those of you who are just now following me or tuning in. And you can, once I finish this video, you can look at previous videos that I have put out there as it relates to financial literacy and OBG. Let's talk about some key takeaways. The term financial literacy refers to a variety of important financial skills as well as concepts. People who are financially literate are generally less vulnerable to financial fraud, meaning you're hip to the person's game. If someone is throwing some game at you, you're hip and you won't fall prey. Okay? You won't get got before you won't be one of those who get got by those who have gotten you. Okay? A strong foundation of financial literacy can help support various life goals, such as saving for education or retirement, using debt responsibly, and running a business. Key aspects to financial literacy include knowing how to create a budget, plan for proper retirement, managing your debts, and track your personal spending. Financial literacy can be obtained through reading books, listening to podcasts, subscribing to financial content, or talking to a financial professional, and learning and understanding the financial markets. Now, there's a difference between financial literacy and financial education. Listen up. What is financial education, you ask? I'll get ready to tell you right now, inshallah. So it's the process of learning the skills and knowledge of financial matters to confidently take effective action that best fulfills an individual's personal, family, and global community goals. Fard kifaya. Fard ain, fard kifaya. Fard ain, yourself. Fard kifaya, the community, the ummah. When we discuss financial education, we are talking about teaching people the principles of managing their money throughout their lives. What is financial education? Again, it's showing people the skills and giving them the knowledge to effectively deal with their money. These principles change depending on the stage of life the person is in and many other factors. Effective financial education addresses different options to work within different sets of variables. It also shows people how to maximize savings while minimizing risks and expenses. It gives people the principles of how to make money work for you and frees you from being a lifelong slave to money, meaning, you're always working for money instead of the money working for you. And 9 to 5 is a typical situation, or always hustling, working several jobs, working several shifts, working for the money instead of allowing the money to work for you. Being financially educated can also help you prepare for a recession. With regards to a recession, do you all think that we're in a recession right now? I want to see some answers. This is not a rhetorical presentation. I would like some participation, if at all possible. So do you all think that we are in a recession right now? Yes or no? This anybody from anywhere in the world can answer this question if you're paying attention to what's going on in your community or in the news. Do you all even know what a recession is? Okay, so just by definition, a recession is a significant decline in economic activity that lasts for months or even years. Experts declare a recession when a nation's economy experiences negative gross domestic product, otherwise known as GDP. Rising levels of unemployment, falling retail sales, and contracting measures of income and manufacturing for an extended period of time. So, with that being said, do you think things are going to get better? Yes? No? Maybe so? I guess I'm just entertainment for you all because you all aren't answering. You're not like my people in Clubhouse. Come on now. All right, moving on. So, me personally, I'm answering the question and saying no, things are not going to get better, especially if you've not empowered yourself to know better. When you know better, you do better. So, right now, we're drowning. We're drowning around the world. Gas, right now they're playing games. There's some things going on. You know, I've noticed a decrease in the price of gas, but very quickly, again, depending on what's going on in the world, I've seen the gas jump from what it is to 40 cents overnight. So there's that. And another way to measure a recession on the low end, for those that are not financially savvy or don't watch the news or read the newspaper, go look at the price of eggs. You will notice that the price of eggs significantly has increased. Okay. What about your rent? I was just told, I won't say by whom, that there was an increase in rent by $500. So apparently the owners are struggling with paying their mortgages. And so the only way to make sure that they are able to maintain paying those mortgages is to increase the price of the rent for those that are renting from them. $500. Okay. Whew. All right. So we're going to move along and talk about some things that's going on in the news. Some of you all may feel a type of way as it relates to number 45, aka Donald Trump, for those of you that are in the States. But I did this presentation in Texas, and I asked the room, did you or did you not make more money when 45 was president? I'll wait. Okay, well, he said and continues to say that the US dollar will no longer be the world standard. Whether you agree or you disagree. Saudi Arabia has cut ties with the US for economic independence. China, the yuan, has replaced the US dollar as the most traded currency in Russia for the first time. Malaysia, the prime minister there says there's no reason to continue depending on the US dollar. The president of Kenya also tells the citizens to get rid of the US dollar. Again, going back to China, it has surpassed the euro and become Brazil's second largest reserve currency. Now, again, going back to Saudi. So, Saudi Arabia, Russia, the UAE, Iraq, Kuwait, Oman, and Algeria are to cut oil production output until the end of 2023. So what you think is going to happen when the new year begins? Okay, think about that. Japan has broken from the US and allies and commits to buying Russian oil above the price cap. So That all of that of what I've shared with you has led to the BRICS. Some of you all may have heard about the BRICS. Have you all been paying attention? Do you all know what the BRICS is? What countries are presently a part of the BRICS? I'll wait. Anyone? What does the B stand for? Or perhaps you all, as you know, that are just following me, you're unfamiliar with these things. Okay, so the B stands for Brazil. The R stands for Russia. The I for India. The C for China. And then the S for South Africa. They are developing a new currency. Okay, and they recently just had their summit because other nations are wanting to be a part of this. Okay, let me see. Let's listen. Bismillah.
Leaders of the BRICS alliance of 5 nations have invited another 6 countries to join. They are Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. The annual BRICS summit is being held in Johannesburg. The leaders of Brazil, India, China, and South Africa are there, while Russia's president is on video link from Moscow. The South African president made the expansion announcement.
We have decided to invite the Argentine Republic, the Arab Republic of Egypt, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates to become full members of BRICS. The membership will take effect from the 1st of January 2024.
My correspondent Fahmi the Miller is joining us live from Johannesburg. BRICS group attracting a level of interest fairly seen since its founding in 2014. Fahmi, the dozens of countries expressed their interest in joining, but only 6 have been accepted for now.
It's likely, Elizabeth, that the criteria was pretty tight in terms of who they might admit. There's been a lot of debate amongst these BRICS members around who should be admitted, when that should be done. And looking at who they've included in this admission, we see also increased representation from African countries, Ethiopia and Egypt. And South Africa has been squarely behind that, wanting African countries, the global south, to have a bigger place within this grouping. But to give us greater insight into what might have informed this decision, we're speaking to Michael Obaseki, a global affairs analyst. Now, Michael, what is likely behind the admission of these 6 new members? What is it that would have taken them into the BRICS grouping?
Sure. Well, it looks like China was very, very keen to expand BRICS. In fact, the Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson said it's going to breathe new vitality into the bloc. For sure it will, but the choice is very interesting. So we have Argentina, some more representation from South America, Egypt, Ethiopia, African continent. Ethiopia was, I think, a little bit unexpected. Iran, I have a suspicion there might have been some Russian maneuvering behind that. They're close allies. And then Saudi Arabia and UAE, that signals to me more cash infusion into the development bank. Missing there was Indonesia and Mexico. We were expecting them to come in as well.
We've repeatedly heard from the existing leadership of BRICS that this is about unity, it's about the global south, greater representation, but this comes amid heightening global tensions. While BRICS may be forming a more solid bloc globally, are there concerns around greater fragmentation?
Oh, absolutely. A couple of quick things. One is we're seeing the deterioration of these multilateral fora, G7, G20, APEC even, watered down communiques or none whatsoever. At least here they managed to come up with quite a big announcement about the expansion. But when you see countries like Iran coming in, and also you listen to the rhetoric coming out of the conference, for example, from people like Mr. Lula, Brazil, a lot of talk here about not using the US dollar anymore, leveling the playing field for African countries. You see quite the fragmentation. I think just quickly, I think it's got to the point where good luck to America trying to win back the loyalty of some of these African countries. I think a lot of them are shifting more towards this direction.
Just very quickly, do these countries have enough in common for BRICS to be effective?
I don't think so. When you look at China, India, especially Russia, now Iran, Brazil, Lula from Brazil, again, he's very contrarian in saying what he wants to see. Very, very strong on climate. Good luck convincing the Russians and the Chinese and, in fact, India to adhere to those high climate standards.
Michael, thanks very much for your time there. Speaking to Michael Bosque, Global Affairs Analyst. We do know that it's taken months of discussion to get to this point, but ultimately the existing members of BRICS want to forge ahead with this multipolar world. They say a more equitable world and essentially realigning the geopolitics.
Fano, thank you for that. That is Fano the Miller live in Johannesburg.
Okay, so hopefully you all heard that. You know that's like 40% of the world's population, BRICS. You know, and the inclusion of those other countries, 40% of the population. What do you think that's going to do to the US, for those of you that are in the US? Okay, let's move on. So, how is it that we can take advantage of this? How can we make money in a recession? The good news is that you can. Downturns in the economy can provide plenty of opportunities for regular people to increase their wealth. How? Investing in stocks. Every investor wants to buy low and sell high. A stock market downturn during a recession might be an opportune time for bargain hunters. Are any of you all familiar with the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange, in case you all don't know? So I want to talk a little bit about timing and positioning. So there were some things that happened in the past that others did not foresee. Because I'm sure if they had, they would have been on board, and these people, these companies would still be in the running, would still be making money. Who am I talking about? So before I reveal that, so if we look at the past, we either learn from the experience of others or from our own experiences. So some of you may or may not, and I want you to do your due diligence. Don't believe anything that I'm telling you. Look it up for yourself. The clip that I played was from Al Jazeera. They have since had the BRICS summit. Okay, so for sure, come January, you all will see that the nations that were invited to join BRICS will be a part of BRICS, and that, you know, there's going to be some major economic changes around the world. Okay, and now is the time to position yourself to be in a place of benefiting, in a place of profiting off of what's going to take place, instead of being a consumer. Okay, so there's an individual that was a visionary and shared the vision that he had with someone so that he could invest in his vision. This person told that person no. So the name of that person is Ronald Lawson. You all can look him up. Who did he tell no? Do you all know? Many of you all have the product today, or one of the many products that were developed as a result of not getting this person's support. And that is none other than Steve Jobs with Apple. Okay. So if this were the right time for you and you positioned yourself to be an investor, just think how much money you would have right now. Okay. Another company that did not see itself where another company saw themselves. And that is, of course, I'm dating myself, Sears. Sears did not see the vision of what technology, of what the internet would do for them. And so they missed the opportunity to be as good, if not as great or greater than companies like Walmart or even Amazon. So, I mean, there were Sears before the internet and before Walmart and Amazon, they were running things, you know. I mean, they had it all. You know, they had the department stores, they had, cleaning products, they had appliances, major appliances, clothes, everything that Amazon and Walmart have now. Okay. So I'm sure the stockholders were pretty angry seeing that they did not take the action to propel themselves forward, preparing for technology. Okay. Oops. All righty. Another company that didn't see the vision, Blockbuster. You know, those of you who aren't in the States, you have no idea probably of who I'm, at least at Blockbuster anyway. But Blockbuster didn't see the advantage of having the World Wide Web, adding that component to their business. Who replaced them? We all know Netflix and chill, right? Netflix. Netflix took their idea and ran with it. And now they are the leaders in entertainment from home around the world. Okay. So by now, for those of you who are Muslim and you're watching this, you're asking, is what I'm going to share with you halal or haram? There are differing opinions, but I will share with you what one sheikh has said with regards to investing. So for any of you all who have traveled throughout the world, from maybe your home country to another country, right? You are a consumer. Most of us, we were consumers. We are consumers. When we take our currency to the other country, or even before we go, some of us are smart enough to know that we need to exchange the money before we arrive. But then there are those who don't plan ahead and they have to wait until they get to their destination in order to change their currency to that country's currency. So guess what? You have actually begun participating in the financial market in forex, foreign exchange market, forex. Okay. So I'm not a scholar, but I do have common sense. When we go to the foreign exchange institutions, the people who work in them are brokers. They are brokers. So what does that mean? Why is that important? Because in exchanging one currency to another, there's a profit margin. There's a profit margin. There's money to be made on that exchange. And so they don't tell you, unless you ask, what the percentage of their broker's fees that they would get from that exchange. You just change your money. You know, I know at least when we did it, we didn't get a receipt which let you know, okay, this is what the rate is, which, you know, they do depending on this, you know, if you're participating in the black market, they don't have the chart letting you know what each country's currency is based upon either the US dollar or the euro, because those were the standards, at least when we lived in the different countries that Allah blessed our families to live in. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barak. So anyway, it has the rates on the wall, and it constantly changes. It doesn't stay the same. You know, you could possibly see a change in the pricing per US dollar, per euro within a matter of hours, but for sure, probably the next day. You know, sometimes that amount stayed the same for, I say 2 or 3 days. And how do I know that? Because I would have to go back and change more money. So that's the only reason I knew. But so the brokers are getting a profit from us exchanging money. Why not position yourself to do the same? Be your own broker, right? So moving on. So yes, Islamic trading accounts are available on FXWay. That is the Islamic account. So Islamic accounts are also known as swap-free accounts, as no swap or rollover fee is charged when positions are kept open overnight. We offer Islamic accounts to all clients who follow or practice Islam in accordance with Sharia law. What is an Islamic trading account? Islamic trading accounts are designed by the brokerage companies to help Muslim traders to trade in accordance with Islamic teachings. There are no interest charges or payments with Islamic trading accounts. What is the benefit of an Islamic account in Forex? Consider an FBS Islamic account, which allows you to trade on the standard terms without interest fees. Forex Islamic accounts are ideal for Muslim clients as they align with the Islamic faith and incur no swap or interest charges on overnight positions. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik. What type of trading is halal? The foreign exchange market is the largest and the most liquid in the world. So I'm going to stop here for a second and ask, are you all aware of how much money is made in the foreign exchange? I'll wait and see if anybody answers that question. I'll wait for a second. Do you all know how much money is being made inside of the foreign exchange market? No one. Trillions. Okay, and so with me sharing with you that it is $1 trillion industry, do you think that is weekly, monthly, yearly? You can guess. Guess. No takers. You all are a rough audience. It's per day. Trillions per day. Okay? T with a T. A capital T. Okay? So, moving on. Okay, trading in Forex is considered halal because all transactions take place between two different parties who are both willing to make a deal. What is the Islamic account on IQ Option? The main feature of an Islamic account on IQ Option is that it does not involve or accrue interest, and no additional charges are added to the account. And this is in accordance with the principles of Islamic finance. Okay, so I want to share with you the Sheikh, obviously you're not going to see it, but the Sheikh making the presentation of everything that I just shared with you is Sheikh Al-Anjari. You all can look him up. Sheikh Al-Anjari, his ruling on Forex. Okay. I believe this came from Islam Q&A, but you all can double check that. But if you look up his name, the spelling is Al, of course, A-L hyphen A-N as in Nancy, J-A-R double E as in Edward, if you all want to look him up, okay? And I encourage you to do that. Why? Because we all know as Muslims, we're going to be held accountable for everything that we do. So it would behoove you to do your own due diligence in looking this up. Don't say, well, Sister Radia said no. I'm just presenting the information. And you will have to do your own research, make your own istikhara, before you do anything. Okay? So let me play that for you guys. Bismillah. Ooh.
Yes, alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alaikum salam. Jazakallah khairan for the advice. Because here in America, sometimes we become victims of bad advice very easily. I appreciate everything that both of you are doing. May Allah reward you greatly. My question is a two-part question. Many years ago, before I became Muslim, I used to do day trading. And I was given the advice that it is impermissible for me to buy stocks in banks and bonds. So I wanted to know, here in America, is it permissible if it comes across an opportunity to buy bank stocks or bonds? Is it permissible for me to do that? My second question is, I am learning something new called Forex trading. I just started getting into it. I wanted to know, is it permissible to buy currency from other countries as well?
Okay. The bonds, it's riba, clearly. Black and white. Regarding the shares of the banks, it depends which kind of banks is it. If the banks, they are dealing with riba, you cannot buy them because they are making a profit mostly from the riba. This is the banks. If it's regarding the third question, you say about the currency. If you want to buy currency from other countries, this is what you are saying.
Yes.
As example, you want to buy the pound or other kind of currency. This is not the gold and this is not fidda. You can buy currency, yes.
Okay, Jazakallah khair.
The gold and fidda, no, you need to buy it in a front. You put your money and you buy it. Clear? There is no delay in payments. But in currency, you can do it. As example, you transfer your money to other countries. You exchange, the money to other currency. That's something mubah,
Yeah, it's permissible.
Permissible, yes.
I have one other quick question. So if you, here, going back to the day trading, if you have an account with a brokerage house, and they have margin, can I use the margin to make purchases?
If the margin, they take profit in it, you don't have, this is not right because they give you loan and they take profit in it. But if they give you money and they take just the rate of the brokering, how they do it, this is
brokerage fee.
Yes, but not the money for al-qard.
So as long as there's not any interest on the margin loan that they give you.
Okay.
If there is no interest, yes. As example, I make it clear here. If I tell Adam I am a broker, okay, in each deal I take 1%. Example, Adam, I am broker. Adam give me 1,000 pounds. I buy for him, as example, let's say Kuwait Finance House, as example I'm saying. the share of Kuwait Finance House. And then when I buy it for him, I will deduct from him 1% because I am a broker. This is my benefit, right? I didn't give him a loan, but the procedure, what I did, they call it here as a broker. So I take 1% from $1,000. So this is $10 I took, right? When Adam told me, okay, now I want to sell the shares of Kuwait Finance House, as example. Then I sell it, I will take 1% also, right? Let's say he sell it for $2,000. So I gave him here $1,980. And I took $20 for me as a broker, okay? Then I said to Adam, Adam, why you are working with 2,000? I can't give you $10,000 without I take from you anything. But as usual, when you buy Kuwait Finance House, I will take from you the 1%. But look to the point here. If Adam say okay, and then he buy the shares, and he didn't sell it for 4 years or 3 years. If they say no, there is a condition here. You need to sell and buy in our money in 1 month or in 1 week or in 1 year. This is something else. It's not permissible. Okay?
I understand.
It's supposed to be open. And my advice to you, this is not a religious issue. This is economy. Deal with your money. Don't do it more than what you get. Be cautious and take care.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
It's
All right. You all heard it. You heard it. Like I said, you can do your own due diligence and find that for yourselves. Let's move on. So, right now, in the times that we're in, investing is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. I introduced to you, as I mentioned at the beginning, OBG, Orange Beanie Global, and Global Muslim Investors. So, OBG is a company. It's OBG or OB Global LLC Solutions. Okay, so the actual company, if you all want to do your due diligence, and this was founded by Alex Lugo. He is the owner and founder, and he has taken it upon himself to formulate this company because he was Allah blessed him to make his first million in under 10 months. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik. And he only had a high school diploma, still only has a high school diploma. And before, making this public, as it has been, New York Times, Yahoo Finance, and other companies sought him out. They investigated, meaning they went through his business to make sure that he is legit. And you all can too. You all can research him for yourself and see if what I have shared with you is true and make your own decision as to whether or not you want to be a part of this as a partner with me, inshallah. So what does OBG stand for? Orange Beanie Global. Why is this significant? Because when he began his journey, every time he won a trade, it just so happened that he was wearing an orange beanie. So couldn't think of any other name. So it became Orange Beanie Global. Or in the beginning it was Gang, and he changed it to Global because, apparently, not apparently, but he, excuse me, he has so many people that he trades with, other 7-figure earners, may Allah guide them all, and me, that they are in all parts of the world. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik, okay? So, we have several ways in which you can come in, but I'm going to tell you the best way to come in, and I'll tell you why it's the best. So, we have what we call Elite, and that is $14.99.99 for a one-time payment. But if you don't have that as a one-time payment that you can, part with right now, first let me pause on that. Many of us, we buy what we want. We figure out how to buy what we want. And with that, so I'm gonna call you iPhoners out. That's what the cost of an iPhone is. I haven't found out what the 15 is. I don't know how much that is right now. But if you have an iPhone, come on now. Okay? Are you making money with that iPhone? Making a justified purchase in spending that much money on a phone. If not, then you want to be a part of this opportunity so that you can actually write off the use of having purchased that phone because you are using it to make money. Okay, so if you don't have it as one lump sum, there is a way that you can make payments. Okay, so we have that for you. So that's the one time, or you can make it in payments, but it is a subscription base, and so the monthly subscription would be $174.99 per month, and there's a way to make that go away. Okay, but nonetheless, even if it doesn't, remember, this is an investment. This is education that you're going to be getting. So, Alex will teach you, if you don't already know, how you can go about making this a legit business for yourself so that you can write that off too. Okay. So what do you get for paying that much money? You get Endow access. You get university. All of this is by us utilizing iGenius. You can look them up too. They are the hub, okay, for us. You also get Learn Live, Forex Thrive, Money Pro, Market Pro, Commodities Alerts, Crypto Core, Sequelizer Channel, Equity Prime, SK Live Share, Elite Advantage, and a crypto AI bot that you can invest in. This would be additional monies. A minimum of 1,000. You could put above that, but the minimum requirement is 1,000 to have the crypto bot AI. If you know anything about AI is taking over, okay? If not, go look at the grocery store. See how many self-checkout lanes there are, okay? But if you want the bot to invest for you, this is only available at the Elite package. Then there's CoinPro. And for those of you who love to travel, we get up to 65% off on our travels as it relates to hotels, car rentals, and flights, etc. All through Travel Pro. And there are more than 50 live weekly classes from 6 a.m., and this is based on Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. to as late as 12 a.m. So it's round the clock, around the world, okay? So surely you can make some of those classes, and even if you don't, we do have the recorded sessions. Every session is recorded, so if you miss something, you can always go back to the recording, okay? So in the classes, you get manual trading signals. So the instructor is literally teaching you what to do, when to do, how to do it, where to do it. Copy trading. So that is referred to as live trading sessions. The live opening bell. You get Forex, crypto, binary, stocks, commodities, and indexes. Passive copy trading account. and that you also have an opportunity. This is again, it's another sum of money that you would need to put into your account to have Alex, the founder, the 7-figure trader founder of OBG, to trade for you. And at no time are you giving him any of your money. This is money that stays in your account that is simply attached to his. So when he makes a win, you make a win. If he makes a loss, you make a loss. Okay? You are also going to be included in our Telegram chat. It's exclusive to us. You can't get in unless you come in through this opportunity. Okay? And I'm inviting you to do so, to partner with me and learn while earning. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. So these are private classes that he teaches only at the elite level. Okay? So that's the one-on-one mentorship that you would get with him. So based on everything that I have shared with you, you have 4 options. The first is that you're ready to go. You just need to make your Istikara. Consult with your family. Or you are a number 2. You have questions. You're ready to go, but you have questions. Once you get those answered and you like the answers, you'll make that Istikara and you're ready to go, right? Or 3, I'm interested, but I'm unable to invest at this time. Or 4, I'm not interested. Okay? So for those of you who have been watching, you fit one of those categories, I'm sure. Just let me know. DM me. So you can DM me the word I'm ready. Or if you're one of those that has questions, I have questions. So either of those, or no thank you. So, or you could put the numbers, go with the numbers that I gave you. You're a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. Okay. So that is it for my presentation for today. I want to thank you all so much for joining. And I look forward to hearing from some of you all. Or you can, before, having a conversation with me, you could, if you're ready to go, I have the link in my bio. It's called Financial Literacy with iGenius. Okay? Financial Literacy with iGenius. Just click that and do your thing. And I want to thank you all so much again for joining me. And I won't be doing this every Tuesday, but quite possibly. So, sorry. One other thing to go back on something I said I was going to say. So there's actually 12 ways in this opportunity for you to capitalize on, to make money from. Okay. Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? There's 12 ways. Why not position yourself to earn money, residual money, and by capitalizing on the entire opportunity? It is, going ahead and what's the word I want to say? Talking about the elephant in the room. Okay. Talk about the elephant in the room. It is a network marketing, multi-level marketing opportunity. Yes. So some of you as Muslims, you're going to leave right now. You've made up your mind. I don't do MLMs, network marketing, because it's a pyramid scheme. No, it's not. How can I say that so confidently? So way back when, the very first company that Allah blessed me to ever know as multi-level marketing, network marketing, was Amway. Amway was accused of being a pyramid scheme. It was taken all the way to the Supreme Court and thrown out. Why? Because it's not. Those are illegal. But yet you participate in a pyramid scheme every day if you're working a 9 to 5. How can I say that? Because you will never, as an employee or even a contractor, a 1099, make more money than the person you're working for or who shared the work with you, to partner with you, on a contractual basis. You'll never make what they make. You'll never surpass them. So that's the real pyramid scheme. Let me take you back even further. Khadija radiallahu anha, Prophet Muhammad sallam's wife, right? She was one of the first to make her money work for her. How? She couldn't be in all of the lands in which, she was able to make money, right? So what did she do? She sent other people out on her behalf. She sent them out on her behalf. And so she was doing what? Working smarter, not harder. She was leveraging her time and money. And this is what this is ultimately. So again, this is a Transaction Tuesday. What transaction will you make today? And again, what I was talking about as it relates to the monthly fee of the $174.99 going away. So one of the ways in which it can go away is by passively sharing this opportunity. This is another thing that Muslims trip up about, unfortunately. So all of a sudden, making money, participating in a company that is based on multi-level marketing or network marketing is haram for another reason, according to many Muslims. Because they want to pay you residually. They want to give you what we call sleep coins. Okay. Many of us, you all know me. I'm involved in a lot of things. And the first thing that someone who may even be open to anything that I share with them will say no without truly thinking about what it is that could potentially set them up for life, set their family up for life. How? How many times, myself included, many of you all know my story. But anyway, most sisters, as wives, let me not say most, many sisters, astaghfirullah, many sisters only see themselves as housewives. Well, I see you as domestic engineers, okay? But regardless, when we get married, we don't think about the end at the beginning. Why? Because we ask for meager mahars, dowries. Oh, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Hajj. So what you need to be thinking about is your future. If in the event of divorce, if in the event of death, how are you going to take care of yourself and your children? How? By getting involved in this opportunity, this could be one way of doing just that, making sure you're good. So now I'm going back to something that I mentioned before. Sharing. We are natural sharers. Many of you all say you're not good at sales, but I'm going to tell you, you're lying. Why? Because if you are a foodie, if you know how to cook, you know how to bake, or you know how to do both, or you eat out, you go on vacations, you read a good book, go to a conference or listen to a podcast or a YouTube video or a TikTok, we constantly share, right? Nobody asked us to do that. Most of the time, no one asked us to do that. But the moment someone says, I'm going to pay you, because you shared, it all of a sudden becomes haram. You got the haram police. Sister, astaghfirullah, that's haram. Right or wrong? Many of us, we share things and don't even think about there's a way that I could get paid for this. Well, this company has thought about that. They know that when you get something, that you're going to share it. So they reward you for that. So if you share it, but so many times, your monthly fee, your subscription fee goes away. And so after you have taken care of or invited or shared this opportunity with enough people, you're in profit mode. Some of you all, you're going to go look back at some of these videos that I've put out there as it relates to OBG, GMI, iGenius, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because alhamdulillah, I've shared it with enough people thus far that I'm in profit mode. My subscription fee has gone away. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barak. Some of you all will see that as an expense or a bill. Again, if you position yourself correctly by allowing Alex to share with you how to legitimately do this so that it can be written off, no longer will you think of it as an expense, because you're going to get it back one way or the other, inshallah bithnillah. So this time I'm done. The extra that I added was because alhamdulillah, Allah enabled me to remember to share these things with you. So I hope you enjoyed what you heard, that you will, again, do your due diligence so that you can make an informed istikhara, and so that Allah will bless you, should you, decide to become a partner with me. And, this is open to brothers and sisters. I do have some brothers who are business partners of mine. And that's the only way in which I have communication with brothers, is that they are partners of mine. No casual conversations. Okay. So that is all that I have for you right now. Inshallah, you all know me. There's something else that I'm doing. And I got to finish where finish that up. So my intentions anyway are to be back on here later to share something else with you, inshallah. So if you're not following me, welcome. Please follow me. I'm on many platforms, alhamdulillah. Come inside of Clubhouse, where we can actually hear one another. You can ask your questions, I can answer them in real time. I don't have to wait and read. You can come up on the stage and ask your questions, inshallah. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And TikTok, for those that aren't looking at TikTok. I'm on here too. So that's how you can find me, inshallah. If you, again, want to do your due diligence, check me out or whatever. So again, thank you all so much for joining. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Anything that I have said that was wrong or incorrect is from myself or the shaitan, and I seek refuge in Allah from that. Anything of good that I have said is from Allah. And alhamdulillah, praise be and glory to Allah, for all things. I mean, and as I always say, be resilient, inshallah, and enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. And inshallah, I will see you later. If you don't see me, it's because there's an event that I have to attend tonight. And I actually have to leave early in order to be able to be there on time, because it's downtown Atlanta and parking is limited with where I need to be. So inshallah, I hope to see you all and or partner with some of you all, inshallah. And this is open to Muslims and non-Muslims. Okay. All are welcome. But I just wanted to make sure that, the Muslims who have not heard of this, who have not gotten a full understanding as to whether this is haram or halal, and no one provided them with adequate proof, or they didn't know where to find it, that I shared this with you. So inshallah, I don't know that I'll be doing this every Tuesday. There might be some Saturdays I'll do this on, because usually in Clubhouse, Saturdays are the days that I devote to talking about business. So I will probably take it upon myself. It won't be this Saturday, maybe next Saturday, to do a presentation inside of there. So you're welcome to join that. The house there is called Taking Care 5 Before 5. I welcome you to become members, inshallah. All right. Thank you again. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum.